Welcome back to On the Peg with me, the starstruck Mad Montreal Man, and thanks for tuning in. I know we were going to do this on Friday, but we had some internet problems, so we're a day late. Sorry. So sorry. But we got a full show today. It's going to be packed. There's no guests today. Sorry. If you wanted Peter or Leroy Jr., it's just me. But I've got some toys to review today. And we're going to start off with the DC McFarlane Collector's Edition Hawkman. Oh, look at that baby. And yes, it's very sunny today. That's why I'm filming. Don't need the hoodie because it's sunlight warmth. Ooh, nice. Now, we're going to take Hawkman out of the package, take a quick look at him, and we'll see what we think of this Hawkman. I know what I think already, but you'll find out as soon as I take him out. And thanks to the wonderful magic of editing, you won't have to wait while I take this out. Just yeah, I went Wayne's World. So there you have them out of the package. And one thing I want to say right off the start, these bases suck for flying characters. It's a balancing act to get him to stand on this. If you take a flying base like that, this is what he should have come with. After all, he's a hawk. He's a man. He's Hawkman. He should have come with one of these. That would have been the perfect base for him, but he didn't. But apart from complaining about the base, because let's be honest, you know I don't like these, I have to say, I'm not going to say this too often, I love this character. I love this sculpt on this thing. The wings actually look sculpted. They seem to be the right size in proportion to the comic book relations. The pants are fantastic. I love the fact he came with the mace. This reminds me not of the Golden Age Hawkman, but of the Hawkman that I kind of like the most. You know, I still want the variant. You know, I still want the original Hawkman variant. I still need to track that down. But no, this is the Hawkman. And I think, you know, the best companion piece to this. Hey, Mr. McFarlane, if you're listening, instead of doing non-stop Batman characters all the time, why don't you do more Hawkman? Can you imagine a Tim Truman Hawkman? That would be cool. How about a Hawkgirl? There's a wide variety of Hawkgirls you could use. And you can reuse the wings too. Now, if you see the Hawkman either in the nice dark blue pants or in the original costume, I will say, pick this up. This is one time McFarlane Toys did it right. They got the sculpt right. They got the look of it. Honestly, this is going to be proudly displayed on my shelf because this is going to be forefront as soon as I can find a way to get him to stand without doing a balancing act. So that's the Hawkman. Now, oh, and it also comes with the usual really nice stand, which I like. No other accessories really, but hey, this is me trying to put him back in the stand. This is definitely one of the Hawkmans I definitely like. There is one little problem. Of course, it's the usual ankle joints, but who cares? Let's be honest. If you're seeing this, it's at the end of the regular show because I put in this blooper because I said, you want to buy? Instead of saying buy, I said, you're going to guy. So you're going to be that guy that's going to buy this. No. All right, we're back from that cut. If you want to know what the cut was, watch the bloopers at the end. As I was about to say, if you see this, this is one you're going to want to buy and definitely put it in your collection. If you're doing a Justice League, or the Justice League would be more the traditional one, which I'm still trying to track down. But no, this is one you want to get. Yes, I'm still trying to track down missing ones. And if you're wondering, no, I haven't found a job yet. I'm still doing the toys because, frankly, I have more toys to review. There's so many toys. So little time. Then again, as long as I have toys to review, it's a reason to stay alive. And I got other stuff on order, even though some stuff did get canceled. So there was a wave of McFarlane big, like Swamp Thing size Build-A-Figures that apparently got canceled. I had no idea what they were. It was in my pre-orders. It was like, blah, blah, blah. GameStop, there's the plug, gave me a phone call and said, hey, this has been canceled. We don't know why. We don't even know what the characters were. They just canceled this entire line of, big size action figures to build a bigger action figure. Go figure. But let's not get off topic. Hawkman. You definitely want to get him in your collection. I do recommend seeing him. I would not custom this one. This one I would just leave as is. I would like to get the other one. I still want to get it. I like variants. I don't know why. I just do. Compared to this thing, these wings look good. Yeah, it's sitting on the desk. I don't know where to put it. I have no more shelf space. All right, so that's it for the Hawkman. I'll leave him up here swampy because Swamp Thing can hold him up. Swampy. Ooh, it's precarious. So I thought, because I got a little bit of flack because I made a comment that McFarlane, when he does the Spawn toys, never does anything that's symmetrical. I have to stand corrected. Somewhat. I picked up Raven Spawn. That's right, Raven Spawn. I have no idea who this character is. I don't read the comic books anymore. But I figured, you know what? I looked at him and I went, he looks fairly symmetrical. Yeah, I'm surprised. So I'm going to take him out of the package. Yep, we're doing it. And once again, thanks to the wonderful magic of editing. You won't have to go through the laborious watching me cut the package open, taking those little freaking plastic straps off. No, you'll just come back after this little wave of my hand. Out of the package. If you hear talking in the background, that's how loud my neighbors are. Even with the wall of silence, they're so loud. I mean, you'd think the walls were paper thin or something, but no. All right, so here he is. Now, I never thought I would say this, but I really do like this Spawn character. There's symmetry, not in the weapons, but for the most part. Oh, look, guess what fell? I wonder why. Because they suck. These bases suck. But there's actually some symmetry. The gloves are pretty much the same. The symmetry on the torso, the legs, the weapons aren't. I don't like these. I must be part of the character design. I just think it's kind of weird that you want to bring attention to that area of an action figure. Now, would I recommend going out and get this one? Well, if you want to do a bit of cosmetic touch-up, I would say yeah, or if you're a really big fan of Spawn, there are a couple of problems with it. For example, there's a color wow, another blooper. Yeah. I think I'll leave that one in. Why not? It's unscripted, it's me. It's a nice sunny day and the sun's in my eyes and it's nice and warm in the studio today. As I was trying to say before I got tongue-tied, there are a couple of problems with it. There's a color variation between the lower half and the upper torso. This is a nice dark. This is kind of a muted dark. And also, where the torso joins, it's kind of, you can sort of see the seam and it doesn't really close properly. But it is a really nice detail, though, however. You see what I mean? There's a couple of problems with it, but, it's another action figure. It's a toy review channel. Why not? He stands better without the stand. I'm not joking. Go figure. But no, that's it for the Spawn guy. And yes, I have another Spawn as well on the next show. Two Spawns. They're both symmetrical. Maybe I was completely wrong. Or maybe it's just a fluke. Or someone else designed them. I don't know. But no, here's Raven Spawn in the collection. Now, doesn't even want it. You don't like the base, do you? This This happens when you don't work for a couple of months. You start losing your mind. You start hearing the voices. No, that's just neighbors. All right, so now I was debating whether or not to show this to you guys today, but I figured why not? There's no guest host, so we're going to cut away for a minute. Oh, and if you're wondering, yes, that's one of my original paintings I put in the background. You haven't seen that since season 2. I just figured he deserved to have a kind of greenish, fiery background. And if you're wondering what that painting's called, it's called Ode to Absinthe. There'll be some details of that down the road. Not here, of course, but maybe on my own channel, the Mad Montreal Man channel. And by the way, if you didn't know, I have another YouTube channel. It's called The Mad Montreal Man, and we do a show now that's called The Montreal Man Show. That's on the day after this. So normally it would be on Saturday, but because this is on Saturday, The Montreal Man Show is going to be on tomorrow, Sunday. We were going to do it last Sunday, but it was the big game, Super Bowl. Or as I like to call it, let's watch a whole bunch of commercials. I didn't watch the game. I didn't waste my time. But I'm going to cut away for a minute. I'm going to show you something I was debating or not waiting, but I figured why not? You deserve it. Let's go for it. Be back in a minute. Once more with the magic of editing. And my eyebrow. Do you find me repulsive? Do you find my appearance to be disturbing? I can hear the bells. The voices! The voice. Oh no, it's just the neighbors next door. But thinking about Notre Dame, of course, is that classic Hunchback. But let's be honest. If we're going to talk about Hunchback, you have to talk about Leonardo da Vinci. He designed a lot of churches. Or in this case, Leonardo, the Hunchback. NECA turtles. Haha. That's right. We're going to pop the Velcro, flip him open, and we're going to look at the newest addition to my Turtles NECA collection. Never thought I'd be collecting turtles, but somehow I've now got, well, I got 4. You haven't seen one other one yet, but they're NECAs, and they're cool. Actually, I have other turtles too, but I was not a fan of the comic book. I wasn't a fan of the comic book show, but I love the NECA turtles. I don't know why. Maybe that's why I'm called the Mad Montreal Man. And yes, if you're wondering, I got this at GameStop. But if you're not at GameStop, try places, for example, if you're in Vancouver. Hey, go to the 8th Dimension. Go, hey, Nick, would you by any chance have a NECA turtle? If Nick doesn't have it, then of course you're going to go down to Boundary and Hastings to Tasmanian Comics and go, hey guys, this guy called Montreal Man said you might have a NECA turtle. That's if you're in Vancouver, of course. If you're in any other city, just try GameStop. If you're in the States, I don't know where you buy your toys. Really? I don't know. Now, if you're in Dublin, well, there's the Big Smoke. If you're in London, Forbidden Castle. No, I got that one wrong. If you're in London, it's Forbidden Planet. Whew, the sun is melting my brains. I'm a night person. But we're filming on Saturday for you. So as I was saying, if you're in London, Forbidden Planet. Ha. If you're in Glasgow, Scotland, boy, you're going to go to Castle Comics. But then again, in a country that's dear to me, not near to me, but it's just dear to me. It's kind of far. It's on the other side of the ocean. But I listen to a lot of Irish music. The Pogues. That's right. Man, they couldn't hang. Well, that's Australian, but whatever. I listen to a lot of Irish music. That Celtic twang, as I call it. But if you're anywhere else in Ireland, apart from Dublin, I'm just saying, the best place to get your comic books, your toys, and any other thing related to that would be Sub City Comics. And if you're there, say, hey, Montreal Man says hi. They might remember me. I don't know. It's been so long. And if you're there and you happen to be in Glasgow and you bump into a buddy named Shane, buy Shane a pint. He deserves it. But let's say, once more, use the magic of editing. Turn the page and come back. The sun is melting my brain. There he is, out of the package. I'm the perfect to you. Do you find me ugly? Well, I am ugly. I'm the Montreal Man. But no, I didn't want to do my usual close-up thing because I want to spend a bit more time talking about him. Look at this thing. It is horrific, hideous. It's gorgeous. I love it. Really poseable. I love the detail. Loose chains. I mean, this is the Hunchback of Notre Dame as a turtle. Now, here's something I just discovered. Watch this. He's a turtle with an open shell. That's right. It opens up. I think I know why it opens up. Because I was a bit shocked. When I first saw the package, I saw, had the skull, the brain, the sword. I'm thinking, okay, it's got some accessories. But as I got into the package of this wonderful, I need to get all the NECA monsters now as turtles. Frankenstein, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon. There's so many. And do April as a NECA as well. I'm just saying, turtles, when you turn them into NECAs, they're just fun to collect. I mean, as a fan of movies, especially the old B movies, I love the old monster movies. And this is just great. Now, the fingers aren't posable, but who cares? I mean, you know why I said who cares? Because this is why I was shocked. When I got him open, he comes with all of these extras. 2 shovels, bones, bare hands, fire. I mean, worth the money. Definitely worth the money. If you're a Turtles fan, go out and buy it. I'm just saying, if you really are a Turtles fan, you're going to want this in your collection. If you're a horror movie fan, guess what? You're going to want him in your collection. I mean, I never would have thought of Leonardo as a Hunchback Notre Dame. But it kind of makes sense. I can see more Michelangelo, because Michelangelo was a lot more religious than Leonardo, but Leonardo was a brilliant man. But this is just, look at that. I'm staring at you. I'm going to stare you down. I'm going to stare you down. That's a really great action figure. I love it. I now realize I have to hunt for all the rest of the NECA turtles. I got the mummy. I've got him. So many NECA turtles to collect. So little time. Once more, though, it's a good reason to stay alive. Even if you're not working, as long as you have toys, you have a reason to stay alive. If you're single and there's no hope of romance, if you have toys, you have a reason to stay alive. And on that note, I want to make a little comment. I overheard this woman the other day. I'm a little bit of a rant. I'm going to rant. It's what I'm known for. I'm known for my rants. When I was out shopping the other day, I won't tell you what store, but they spell wall badly with only one L. I was picking up some groceries. And I overheard this, I guess, couple, you would say, arguing. He was looking at some, let's be polite, he was looking at toys. Not like, kids for, like, toys for, like, his kids. He was looking at stuff that he liked to collect. He's one of those Star Wars people. So he was looking at to see what Walmart had in the Star Wars. And he basically just went through, goes, okay, I want to step away from grocery shopping. You continue shopping. He wasn't being mean to his partner. He was just telling her, I'm going to go look at the toys. I want to see if there's anything new. She goes to him, you're a child. Toys are for kids, Why are you buying toys? Why are you spending your spare cash on toys? And I was just kind of looking at her like, what is wrong with you? But wait, it gets better. It gets better. He then goes to her and he goes, well, I don't complain when you go spend $100 on lipstick. I guarantee you that guy was sleeping on the couch that night. Ooh, the look she gave him. Oh, oof. But good for him, though. He still went and looked at toys. I didn't see him buy anything. I guess she won that. But it was just that look of shame she gave him, like, how dare you? You just want to look at toys. And that brought my attention. A lot of people think people like me and you, because you're watching this, are giant children. We toys. We play with them. Let's be honest. We don't play with them. We like the characters. We like the story they represent. We literally just want to put them on a shelf and go, look at that. That's cool. Some of us even customize some of them. Some people even make dioramas. It's the same with people who used to collect trains and still collect trains. I still find that a bit weird, but they literally build train tracks and just run a toy train around a track. Go figure. Train Spotting. Good movie, by the way. The second one was not so good. The first one was really good. I'm digressing, aren't I? But no, my whole point is this. Especially if you're on TikTok a lot or on any social media, you have all these influencers basically making comments about how, men are just simple creatures. Men are simple. They don't have any feelings. You have these people making comments about there's no male loneliness syndrome out there. And you have the double standard a lot as well. There's a whole bunch of TikToks where, Women want the man to pay for everything, but at the same time, treat them equally. Well, that's why I bring this up, because he was going to spend his own money, his spare money, on something he enjoys, something that makes him happy, instead of spending it on her. She was basically telling him that he should not have a problem with her spending $100 on a lipstick, and that in some ways he should spend his money on her. That's not fair. If you're in an equal relationship, guess what? You have your interest, he has his interest. And there's nothing wrong with having an interest in collecting toys. I mean, would you rather he go out drinking and smoking all the time instead? Let's be honest, you know how much a pack of smokes, or in England they're called something else, I can't say the word in here because it might be censored, but tobacco. You know how much a pack of tobacco costs nowadays? And it kills you. It literally kills you. It's the same with people vaping. Drinking. Yes, I have a little bit of alcohol every night, a little bit of shot of absinthe every night to help me sleep. But people go out to bars, are spending tons of money to get drunk, forget what they did, and then go, where'd all my money go? So if you have a person in your life who collects toys, male or female, don't discourage them. If anything, take an interest in what they're doing. Because, not to sound mean, I was lucky enough when I was married, and I give Allison props for putting up with me, I collected comic books. Started getting into the toys. She didn't collect comic books at first, but she got into them. She showed an interest in comic books because I liked them. I showed an interest in stuff she liked as well. And that's one thing about my ex-wife I will give her credit for. She was open-minded enough to share what I liked. And that's what I encourage everybody out there to do. Show the same interest. If, say, for example, if your person that you're with likes a certain type of music, listen to it. You might not like it, but at least you'll understand why they like it. It's the same thing if you have a partner who likes collecting toys. I don't get people who go so crazy about Star Wars and have that toys mint-in package, but I can respect them for it. And that's the whole point. Listening to this conversation when I was doing groceries, I was just kind of like, you know, it was so hard for me to just go, or say something. But I didn't. I was polite. I was being a Canadian after all. We're very polite. We listen, and we'll talk about it here. But no, it's, you know, and it's the same thing too. Ladies, if you're spending $100 on lipstick, you can't be mad at someone for spending, I don't know, a couple of bucks on a naked turtle. I'm just saying. That's it for the rant. Well, we only have really one, putting Swamp Thing back. I told you I have no place to put them. I have a whole bunch of toys sitting on the desk here because I just have no shelving. I need shelves so bad it's not funny. I need a job. I need shelves. I need more toys. I need more toys on top of that. I need even more shelves. And I need a social life. Let's be honest. But hey, you know what? I have you, my loyal friends, my fans, my subscribers, and people who just watch the videos because they want to see if I'm going to say something stupid. Stupid. There it is. But we're not done yet, because as you know, one thing I like to do on this show, apart from look at toys and just go unscripted off the book completely, imagine if I actually wrote this down. You know how insane that would be if I actually sat down and I'm going to write this and I'm going to make these jokes. Top of my head, people. Everything I've ever done on YouTube, if you go back 12 years on the Mad Montreal Man channel, it's all unscripted. The stuff I used to do with Barry as the wise guys, how you doing? How you doing? Was all unscripted. We don't script anything. We sometimes say something, have a blooper, and we repeat it, but it's not scripted. But before we get too far down the path of memory, oh, no, it's too late. We're in the vintage corner. Got you. Well, I want to bring something up for my collection. I can't remember how long ago I got these, but I have three of them. It's 3 figures, variants. You're thinking, what action figures are you talking about? Well, I will start off with the first one. It's a Bruce Lee action figure. Or a doll, if you want. But really posable. Still, actually, I'm surprised he's in really good shape for all these years. So that was one of them. You know, head does turn. And I can't remember if I got these in Montreal in Chinatown or in Vancouver in Chinatown. But I've had these proudly on my shelves for years. And if you wonder why, well, as a kid growing up, yes, I was a kid once. I wasn't always the old man you see dying in front of you. I was once a kid. And as a kid, even before I got into martial arts, I started martial arts pretty much at 7. As a kid, I was watching Bruce Lee movies. Oh, of course, there's Chuck Norris movies too, but let's be honest, Bruce Lee was so much better. It's another one. And these are normally costumes from his Hong Kong movies. I don't have the iconic yellow suit one. I remember seeing it, but I was like, it doesn't look right. But I do have this wonderful Bruce Lee collection. I've only got 3, and they came with tons of accessories. The funny thing was, I can't remember what kind of packaging they were in. That was the weird thing. But I really do like them. If you're a Bruce Lee fan, you want these in your collection. Now, I will have to say, there's one thing I've noticed over the years. Still really posable. I really like them. I mean, it's iconic. The only thing is, I've noticed under a certain angle, the face just looks weird. Yeah, it's kind of like, from one angle, like from this angle here, yeah, that's Bruce Lee. I recognize the face. But then you turn around, and it's like his eyes are always looking this way. That's why I turn a lot of the heads this way. It's like, okay, I'm looking at you. But no, it's a proud thing from my collection. They are G.I. Joe size, basically. So if you have a G.I. Joe, vintage G.I. Joe collection, 12-inch, you can put them in there with him because he's pretty cool. I managed to keep these in really good shape. I do think that one thing, though, is that the head has somehow over time, because it's a more of a rubbery head than a solid plastic. I think that's probably what's happened. That's why the faces look a bit weird, because after all these years, you see what I mean? You put his head looking forward, but his eyes are looking that way. But I think what happened all these years, the heads just seem to have slightly aged funny. I know, it's kind of weird. But no, I really do like them. I mean, the accessories they came with. I mean, swords, pretty much every martial arts weapon you could think of that Bruce ever had in the movie is in there. And yes, the iconic white t-shirt. So if you ever do find these, if you go to like for example, a toy collection event or a retro toy con, and I know there's more of those in Europe. That's a hint, Shane. Just saying, Shane, you could do a video, make your own YouTube channel. I'll subscribe to it. When you go to these like retro toy conventions, because I quite a few people I follow on YouTube are other toy reviewers. I know you're thinking, why? Well, one reason is I don't want to be the same as them. After all, I am the one and only Mad Montreal Man. The only place you'd ever see this kind of toy review is on my channel, where I don't really get too much into it. I just kind of have fun. But you probably would find these somewhere else. I'm always telling people, if you find something like this, let me know, because I want to see them. I want to see these odd, sort of like unusual toys. Now, I've seen a lot of Bruce Lee things over the years. I see a whole bunch of statues and porcelain things. These were the first time I saw something that was Bruce Lee, that wasn't a picture or a piece of artwork, that was actually something you could actually have fun with. I know. Toys. I'm playing with my toys. Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris. Bruce Lee wins. Bruce Lee versus Jackie Chan. Bruce Lee wins. Bruce Lee versus Superman. Oh, Superman wins. Here's one, though. Who do you think would win in a fight? Bruce Lee or Batman? Okay, let's be honest. No one beats Batman. He's prepared. He'd beat Bruce Lee up. And yes, both Marvel and DC have comic book characters based on Bruce Lee. Marvel has Shang-Chi, and of course, DC also has its own character. Actually, they have a few characters that are based on Bruce Lee movies, but these are the toys. I'm just saying. Toy collecting is not unhealthy. It's a good, healthy hobby. So encourage it. Keeps you sane. I can hear the voices again. At least they're not like they normally do at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, neighbors. But I'm still living here. Oh, and by the way, update. No, I'm not working yet. I'm still job hunting. I'm still on my TNT biscuit diet, but I started adding a few other things to it because I have been managing to sell a few paintings here and there. Not really. I just have promises to sell them. But no, I've managed to get enough funds. I made arrangements with my landlord, so no, I'm not being evicted yet. I have a few months to go before that gets to that point. Hopefully I'll be working by then. So for now, the show goes on. I know, I'm losing my mind. It's all these toys. All the smell of plastic in the air. Oh, he smells like incense. Smells like dragon blood incense. No, that's pretty much it for today. I'm sorry there hasn't been any shorts this week. Things happen. I'm also going to apologize for the show not being up on Friday night. Sorry, Shane, but my internet crashed. Like, literally, I'm watching a show and... So, by the time it came back, I'm like, okay, it's too late to film. It's definitely too late to do any editing. So, here we are on Saturday, sunny. But the sun's going down now. As the sun goes down, I shrivel up. No, no, hit like and subscribe, please. If you don't already, please do. Please share this video. I'm told that I should mention, hit that little bell icon so you get a notification when there's a new video. My hands. It's so nice to season 3 to have a place to sit down where I don't have to hold, the camera anymore. I can just sit down, use my hands, and be very expressive. After all, I'm Canadian. We're very expressive with our hands, like Italians. French people, we express. I'm not Italian, by the way. Actually, there probably is some Italian in my blood because, frankly, no, that's a stereotype. That's offensive. French people have big noses, too. And let's be honest, in my family history, the Beaulieu men, wow, we like variety. I mean, my ex-wife is Chinese-Canadian. My dad married someone who was basically Scottish-English. So there's probably Italian somewhere in the gene pool. I mean, my family's been in Canada for, one of the first 7 families to move here. Look what it does. No inbreeding. No, none of that. No. We used to have a rule. If you meet someone whose last name is Beaulieu, you're a cousin, no matter what. I don't care. This ain't the Roosevelts. I don't care if you're 2 or 3 or 4 removed. If it's a last name Beaulieu, we'll be friends. It's right. But we ain't going to be anything but friends because I ain't no kissing cousin. I went Elvis there for a second. Hey, baby. Hey. That's right. This is what happens when the sun comes out. The funny thing is, I'm UV allergic. I shouldn't be out in the sun. How else can you explain me being so pale? But that's it. I've taken enough of your time on this Saturday evening. Now, please stay tuned. On the page should be up next Friday unless something else goes wrong. There might be a shorter 2 week. I'm not too sure. It depends, I'm old. People think I'm senile. I'm controversial because I say things I don't worry about telling people the truth of what I think. That's what the Montreal Man Show is for, by the way. It's me basically expressing my opinion. So go over to that. Come back to here next week and we'll see more toy reviews. And on that wonderful note, my faithful few, my loyal subscribers, thank you once more from the bottom of my heart for giving me a reason to stay alive doing toy reviews. Yes, and of course, hopefully giving you a laugh along the way, and we'll see you next week here on the pig. You're gonna guy. Yeah, you're gonna guy. Whoa, boy. That's a good blooper there. Do you find me repulsive? Oh, the bells, the voices. If only I was in Notre Dame. I wouldn't want to be there, but I do have the NECA Turtles Hunchback. Oh, that's right. We're gonna open this cuppy up. Me can't speak anymore. Bloopers. You go through so many videos, you get no bloopers, and one day, oh boy, they all catch up to you, don't they, lad? Hey, I'm not doing my usual, standing close-up thing. I just want to show you this, because I want to I can't speak today. No, I can't speak at all. No, I have lost my mind. Oh my God, it opens up! Okay.